Now, page 4, the Democrat immigration plan. We are looking at it right now. It is the caravan. If the Democrats regain control of the House of Representatives, then get used to the images of that throng of illegal alien invaders. That's because Nancy Pelosi, if she takes the gavel again, then what message does that send to all the other would-be invaders south of the border? Come on up, right? The message would be, hey, the Congress is not willing to change the laws that create loopholes that these invaders wish to exploit. President Trump can't change the law. He can do what he can as president to repel this invading army of illegals, but he can't unilaterally close the loopholes. That is the job of Congress. And if the Democrats take the House, the loopholes will never close, at least not for the next 2 years. Now, the Democrats have been strangely silent on this caravan of illegals that is careening toward our border right now. The reason is Democrat policies encourage and nurture and protect this kind of uncivilized behavior. They don't just have the guts to admit only days away from the midterm election that actually is their policy. So they're dancing around the issue, saying things like, we must not separate children from families at the border. Right, Di-Fi? Right, Nancy?
So while we have to certainly guard our borders, that's our responsibility.
Stop the tape. If you're responsible, it's your duty, first of all, Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, it's your duty to guard the borders. The number one job per the United States Constitution of our federal government and the United States Congress is to protect us, to protect we the people, to protect the Constitution, to protect what we stand for, to protect this country. So it is your duty, it is your job to protect the border and strengthen the border and repel invasions like this caravan. Again, this is a peek into the future. If Nancy Pelosi takes the gavel as Speaker of the House, or any Democrat takes the gavel as Speaker of the House, but Nancy Pelosi, let's work with her, we are going to see this time and time again because the message is out. It's not because of President Trump. President Trump is out there as a one-man band, a one-man wrecking crew. At least he's trying to stop what has been happening in Washington, D.C. with both illegal and legal immigration. He's trying to, but judges are thwarting them. And Congress doesn't have his back, so he's out there alone on an island trying to protect we the people. And so throw in there a Democrat-controlled Congress, and what are we going to have? Well, we're going to send a message to south of the border that apparently Washington, D.C. doesn't take seriously our immigration laws and doesn't take seriously stopping people from crossing our border and doesn't take seriously closing the loopholes that allow these people in. Remember what happened with the last caravan. Every single one of them, from my recollection, got into this republic simply by walking up to border agents and saying the magic word, I'm a refugee, or using the word asylum. In English or Spanish, doesn't matter. Then suddenly, because they're not from Mexico, they're from Honduras, or they're from Guatemala, or they're from El Salvador, suddenly they're allowed in, they're processed, they're given some paperwork, and they're said sayonara. And then they weave themselves into a sanctuary state like California, and we never see them again. Never. So this is what Nancy Pelosi stands for. This is what is at stake for the upcoming midterm election. It's Nancy Pelosi versus Jim Jordan. Hopefully Jim Jordan will be the next Speaker of the House if the Republicans can retain control of Congress. That's what at stake. That's what your vote is all about. Roll tape.
And while we have to have comprehensive immigration reform, which passed in a bipartisan way.
Comprehensive immigration reform to Nancy Pelosi and company, including some Republicans, is mass amnesty. This is why we have DACA. Remember, it was Obama who went around the United States Congress, usurped the powers of the Constitution, and gave us DACA, which is not the way it's supposed to happen. It is because there is no, quote, comprehensive immigration reform, no huge mass amnesty that Nancy Pelosi and company wanted. So Barack Obama went around them and created DACA. So again, this is the kind of thing we're going to see over and over and over again from a Democrat-controlled House of Representatives. So seriously, get used to this caravan assault on our national sovereignty. There will be no stopping them from a legislative standpoint. President Trump can only do so much. In fact, Nancy Pelosi, as Speaker of the House, will act as their beacon to keep massing, keep moving north, and keep attacking our southern flank.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.